We are here
like
with.
You go in your pocket for some cash.
Shit, hopefully soon, man.
This motherfucker right here. This motherfucker pay me. His income tax coming in 2014.
Nah, it's supposed to be between this time and the 21st.
This time in 21st.
So my first
Today
question.
is what?
So my first question for you, Jeff. Then, what's it like working with deadbeat boxers who don't pay their bills?
He's my man. I let him slide.
All right. All seriousness. Obviously, Jeff, you're aware of the internet and all the talk lately here on the situation with your nephew Floyd and his training situation. So, from your standpoint, what's the latest on the situation with Floyd Jr. and his training?
I mean, to be honest, I have no idea because I try to get out of the gym as soon as I can. When I'm done with my fighters, I'm gone. I don't stay around trying to watch, the guys getting prepared for their fight in Detroit or, it's just not me. I mean, when I'm done working with my fighters, I'm done.
Yeah. So do you know, as far as Floyd Jr. goes, is it official? I mean, is Floyd Sr. the head trainer going into this, or what do you know about that situation?
Don't know nothing about it. All I know is that, it was tweeted. That's it. I don't know how true it is. I don't know how real it is. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea.
Now you had mentioned to me before that it's a possibility of Floyd being in the camp, senior, but him not being the head trainer. But it's been reported that I think they'll just jump on it that he's going to be the head trainer. Explain how that works. If it's if Floyd Senior just brought in as how would that work with two trainers?
Well, basically, that's happened before. Basically, Roger was the head trainer, and the dad was more along, as basically, to try to fine tune and correct the little things, because he's known his son and he knows, his son's better than anyone. So basically it was more like fine tuning, and he was just more a part of a camp in that aspect, and also. Not that little Floyd needs a push, but sometimes his dad, he probably has that in the back of his mind that when his dad is around, his dad used to push him so much that maybe he'll work a little harder.
Well, I guess you kind of just mentioned it there, but if Floyd Senior does come in, what other changes would that have on the camp overall?
I have no idea because I'm not necessarily a part of the camp. I'm just like everyone else. I just happen to be, a member of the family. Right. So what happens. I don't know.
Now, health stuff's always a sensitive issue. So, but as far as obviously this has led to a lot of speculation about how Roger's doing. As far as health, as far as how's Roger doing?
Roger's doing fine. There's nothing wrong with Roger. Roger. How can anything be wrong with him when he's training Jay Leon?
Right.
And he's training Jay Leon. Roger trains probably, as many as 10 people a day in here. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Another thing people talk about constantly, someone that of Floyd's stature and his length in the business. He's been around a long time. He's been a champion for a long time. Someone like him is a trainer. I don't want to say not necessary, but is it almost like he trains himself at this point anyway? So, regardless of who's training him, it's not going to have too much of a difference.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that because, he's been trained by Roger and by Floyd for years. So no, I wouldn't say that because if you put a whole different person in front of him, that can mess up the whole system of what he's been doing for all this time. So. No, the trainer means a whole lot, and even at that level, you can't just bring in anybody and say, oh, I'm going to train Floyd Mayweather, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. If you're not doing the same thing his dad's doing or the same thing that Roger's doing, you're fucking up.
All right, and the last thing, obviously there's, there previously, specifically the Victor Ortiz camp, that kind of stuff, there was tension at times with father and son. How does that affect training? Is that something to be worried about going into preparations for this fight?
Well, I mean, it's a situation in which, you know, I mean, you got to deal with kid gloves. I mean, I think everybody's gonna be waiting to see what unfolds, you know, and but you know they've been through enough, and hopefully now, you know, it's a mutual respect thing, and that you know it's not about you know I did this or I'm this or I'm that. I mean, as long as that's not a part of you know the training, I think everything will go well.
And then this last thing, purely from like a family standpoint, not a professional thing. You know, how do you feel personally about Floyd being back involved with his son? Is that something you like to see as you know your family coming together, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I wish the best, you know, for my family in any aspect, you know. I mean, and him and his son get back together. I mean, that's great, you know. So I mean, you know, it's you know, I mean, it's a positive thing. You know, it's better late than never.
And then, well, I guess last question. Any Jessica Rakosi, everybody. I guess you know just I know what you're gonna say, but any update on who we're gonna see fighting Floyd? And if not, when's the announcement gonna be made, Jeff? Come on.
I have no idea. So you barked up the wrong tree asking me.
All right, Jeff. Thanks a lot.